How you doing, buddy? Good? You chose to look like a sperm tonight? I see that was your that was a choice you made. How did you get here? That's why traffic doesn't bother him. I was around a million others. That's an awful outfit. Pre-ug? Actually ug. Okay, let me tell you what's been happening with me since the last time I saw you guys. I don't know if you know, this has been a few years since I've been here, but since the last time I was here, I got fat. And fuck you. Here's what happened. I was like my regular kind of fat. You know what I mean? Like that kind of fat where you look at me and you go, you know, Russell, if you would just run, like once. That's the problem with being Indian, we get fat. We're born skinny, that's the real problem. We're born skinny, we're naturally a skinny race of people. And we're born skinny and we stay skinny. We don't have to work hard to be skinny. We could be skinny and eat whatever we want and stay skinny. And then we never go to the gym because we're skinny, we don't need to. And our parents don't encourage you to go to the gym. You're like, Dad, I'm gonna go to the gym. What's in the gym? They have studies in the gym? No, you're not going to the gym, you stay home and do your studies. And because you never tone up, you stay this like really smushy kind of skinny, you know? And you eat whatever you want your entire life, and then at 30, your Indian genes kick in and go, okay, party's over. And then you just get fat, and it's like a fucking awful fat that we get. And that's what happened to me. I mean, I'm much older than that now, but I got like a weird kind of fat. I was like my normal fat, and then I woke up one morning, I was like, oof, I'm bloated. I figured I would pee it out, I would sweat it out, I'd be fine the next day. Anyway, cut to a year and a half later, and I'm still, and I go, something's wrong. So I go to the doctor, I go, Doc, I got fat. He goes, yes. I said, thanks, asshole, I didn't come here for confirmation. I came here to find out why I got fat. He goes, well, why do you think you're fat? I said, because I have a mirror. And I walked past it naked the other day and I thought somebody else was in my room. Oh my God, whose fat hairy ass is that? Turns out it was my stomach. It was. And people on the internet were calling me fat. You guys are dicks, by the way. You say whatever you want to us on the internet, and if we respond, we're assholes. So we just have to take the abuse. But sometimes I get mad when people say things to me on the internet, not because of what they said, more so because it's probably something I would have said. And then I'm mad that my own words are getting used against me. Like I posted something for this TV show I was on, and somebody goes, holy shit, did you eat your whole cast? And I was like, damn it, I would have said that too. I probably would have said that too. And then somebody posted a picture with me, and somebody commented, went, Russell Peters looking thicker than a Snicker. I got mad at that because I love a good rhyme, thicker than a Snicker. That's a good one too. It's not a fair way to describe a human. I think thicker than a Snicker is a great way for me to describe my penis. I think that's a wonderful way to describe it. So Russell, tell me about your penis. Well, it's thicker than a Snicker. Equally dark and veiny texture. Packed with nuts. And it satisfies. So I said to my doc, I said, Doc, it doesn't make sense that I should be getting as fat as I'm getting. He said, why not? I said, because I don't eat crazy, and I train jujitsu every other day. He's like, huh. How old are you now? I said, 48. He goes, and you're Indian? I go, yeah, but... He goes, you haven't had a heart attack yet? He goes, I said, no, I haven't had a heart attack yet. He goes, all right, so he takes blood, and I leave. Calls me back in 3 days later. I go back in, he's like, hey, I got your blood back. I know what's wrong. I go, what's wrong? He goes, it's your thyroid. I go, what about it? He goes, you have an underactive thyroid. I go, so what does that mean? It means it's not doing enough. I said, I understand what the fuck underactive means. He goes, then why did you ask? I said, how is it affecting me? He goes, the thyroid's making you fat. I go, the thyroid's making me fat. He goes, no, you're doing things too, but the thyroid's really helping. I go, so what do we got to do? He said, we got to speed your thyroid up. I was like, let's get that bitch moving, right? So it's been a year and a half now, and I lost 24 pounds from it, but it wasn't me, it was the medication, it's not me. And I've lost, like, my body's in much better shape than it's ever been, but my fucking head is fat as shit, and I don't know how to, I look like a fucking thumb. Do you know how hard it is to lose a fat head? It's almost impossible. I used to box. There's tricks when you want to lose weight and from your body. In boxing, you could put on a garbage bag and you go sit in the sauna and you sweat it off. Let me give you some friendly advice. You can't do that with your head. I know. I found out the hard way. I was like, you know what? I got this. I grabbed a plastic bag. I threw it over my big, stupid head. I'm not an idiot. I cut a hole for my nose. It was a substantial hole. And I went and sat in the sauna. But I forgot, when you have a larger nose and you inhale, you tend to suck up more than the average human. And I took a deep breath in the sauna and sucked up the plastic bag. And my friends thought I was trying to commit suicide in the dumbest way possible. But when I got fat, I got like a weird kind. Indian people, we get the worst kind of fat. Like it just goes everywhere. Like white people, you ever see white Americans, when they get fat, just bam, a belly. And you can't tell from behind. Hey, look at that white guy. He turns around like, hello. And but Indians, it just shows up in the weirdest places. I started to grow tits, but not in front, on the side. I don't know where the fuck they were going, but I was growing side tits, and they were like armrests. I was walking around after a while. It was like I was gonna go into a pool with some floaties on the whole time. And then I was getting a fat back. That was a weird thing to get. It was like fat on my back. I would sit down and my fat back would hang over the chair. I'm like, what the I would grab it and go, this feels nice, but not on me. I don't like this. And then I had a chunk of fat, like a big, like right here, a big, huge clump of fat. Like when a woman gets fat here, it's called a gunt, because it's a gut right above her. You know what I mean? So it's a gunt. And I guess when I had it, it's a gawk. I guess it'd be a gawk, I guess. I don't know. Literally, for a year and a half, I didn't see my penis. I would have to lift it up to visit. You still there, buddy? Okay, good. And I'd rest. Don't worry, the sun will shine one day. So my doctor says to me, hey, what else is wrong with you? I go, what do you mean, what else is wrong with me? He goes, look, you're a 48-year-old Indian man. I'm like, that's really fucking racist. But since you asked, I have acid reflux. I don't know, does anybody else, who else has acid reflux in here? First of all, you're lying to me right now, because there's no way you can be Indian and not have fucking acid reflux. It's inevitable. There's no way you can consume the food that we eat with that much spice and that much oil and that much butter and not just have it burn a hole in your, as my dad would say, your esophagus. What? Son, it's burning your esophagus. Dad, I want to assure you I have no phagos in me. No, son, esophagus. I don't care whose phagos you think this is. There's no way you don't have acid reflux. I'm looking at all of you. Especially all the pudgy guys. You know exactly who has it. You got it, don't you, yellow guy? You do you? He's like, I know I have it, but I don't want to say, because my shirt looks like turmeric, so.